Hey y'all, welcome back to the garden. There's just something so fulfilling about walking out your back door and picking fresh veggies right from your own backyard. Ever dreamed of harvesting your own fresh veggies but felt unsure where to start? Today, we're unveiling the top 10 easy vegetables for beginner gardeners that will set you on the path to a thriving garden. Let's dig in. First up is lettuce. It's a garden staple, y'all. And the best part? It grows like a dream, even if you're just starting out. Think about those beautiful, crisp salads you can whip up with just picked lettuce. There's nothing quite like it. Now, lettuce loves the sun but appreciates a little shade during those hot summer afternoons. You can sow your lettuce seeds directly into the soil, or if you want a head start, you can start them indoors a few weeks before your last frost. When those little seedlings pop up, make sure they're spaced about a foot apart. This gives them room to breathe and grow big and leafy. And speaking of leafy, keep that soil moist, folks. Lettuce loves a good drink, especially when it's getting started. You'll know it's harvest time when those leaves are nice and big. Just grab a pair of scissors and snip away. And here's a little tip. The more you harvest, the more your lettuce will grow. It's like magic. Next up are radishes. Those little pops of peppery flavor that add so much personality to any dish. Now, radishes are like the quick change artists of the garden. They grow super fast, which is perfect for those of us who need instant gratification. We're talking just a few weeks from seed to snack. They're like little garden miracles. Just like lettuce, radishes love well-drained soil. You don't want them sitting in soggy ground. And when it comes to planting, you can sow those seeds directly into the ground. Give them a little space to stretch out. About an inch apart should do the trick. And don't forget to keep that soil moist. Radishes thrive in cool weather, so if you're in a warmer climate, plant them in the early spring or fall. Now here's the fun part, harvesting. Once those little bulbs start peeking through the soil, they're ready to go. Just give them a gentle tug, and voila! Fresh, crunchy radishes ready for snacking. Let's talk green beans, y'all. These versatile veggies are a must-have in any garden. They're like little powerhouses of flavor and nutrition, and they're surprisingly easy to grow. One of the things I love most about green beans is that they come in two main varieties, bush beans and pole beans. Bush beans are perfect if you're short on space because they grow in a nice compact bush form. Pole beans, on the other hand, love to climb. Give them a trellis or some stakes, and they'll happily vine their way up, maximizing your garden space. Now, when it comes to planting, green beans like it warm. So, wait until after the last frost has passed and the soil has had a chance to warm up. Then, sow those seeds directly into the ground, about 2 to 3 inches apart. And just like our other veggie friends, green beans love a good drink of water, especially during those hot summer months. Keep that soil moist, and you'll be rewarded with a bountiful harvest. Is there anything more satisfying than biting into a juicy, homegrown tomato? They're the superstars of the summer garden, and for good reason. Tomatoes are bursting with flavor, and they're surprisingly easy to grow, even if you're a beginner. Now, tomatoes crave sunshine. Give them at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight each day, and they'll reward you with an abundance of fruit. When it comes to planting, I like to give my tomato plants a head start by starting them indoors from seed a few weeks before the last frost. Once those little seedlings are nice and strong, and the danger of frost has passed, it's time to transplant them into your garden. Now, tomatoes are a little high maintenance in the support department. They need a little help to stay upright, especially as they get loaded down with fruit. You can use stakes, cages, or even trellises to keep those tomato plants happy and supported. Let's talk zucchini, y'all. These prolific producers are a gardener's dream. I mean, seriously, 1 or 2 zucchini plants can keep you swimming in squash all summer long. But that's a good thing, right? Zucchini is incredibly versatile. You can grill it, sauté it, bake it into bread, and so much more. Just like tomatoes, zucchini plants love the sunshine. Give them a spot in your garden that gets at least 6 hours of direct sunlight each day. And when it comes to planting, you can direct sow your zucchini seeds after the danger of frost has passed. Now, zucchini plants are sprawlers. They like to stretch out, so give them plenty of room to grow. Space those plants about 2 to 3 feet apart. And just like our other veggie friends, zucchini plants need consistent moisture. Water them deeply and regularly, especially during those hot summer months. There's something magical about pulling a bright orange carrot straight from the ground, don't you think? Carrots are a root vegetable, which means they grow underground, and there's just something so satisfying about harvesting these crunchy treasures. Now, carrots have a bit of a reputation for being a little finicky, but I'm here to tell you that they're actually quite easy to grow, especially if you give them the right conditions. Carrots love loose, well-drained soil. If your soil is heavy or clay-like, it's a good idea to amend it with some compost or other organic matter to improve drainage. And when it comes to planting, you'll want to sow those carrot seeds directly into the ground after the danger of frost has passed. Now here's a little secret for growing super sweet carrots. Make sure they have consistent moisture. Carrots don't like to dry out, so water them deeply and regularly, especially during those hot summer months. Spinach? It's not just for Popeye anymore. This leafy green is packed with nutrients, and it's a welcome addition to any garden. And the best part? It's incredibly easy to grow, even if you're a beginner. Spinach is a cool season crop, which means it thrives in cooler temperatures. In fact, it prefers temperatures between 50 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. If you live in a warmer climate, you can still grow spinach, but you'll want to plant it in the early spring or fall when the temperatures are cooler. Spinach prefers well-drained soil that's rich in organic matter. If your soil is heavy or clay-like, it's a good idea to amend it with some compost or other organic matter to improve drainage and fertility. You can direct sow your spinach seeds into the ground about 2 to 4 weeks before the last expected frost in your area. Spinach seeds are tiny, so it's best to sow them shallowly, about ½ an inch deep. Let's talk peas, y'all! These sweet, tender treats are a true delight of the spring garden. There's nothing quite like the taste of freshly picked peas, and they're surprisingly easy to grow, even if you're a beginner. Just like spinach, peas are a cool season crop, which means they thrive in cooler temperatures. In fact, they can even tolerate a light frost. Peas prefer well-drained soil that's rich in organic matter. If your soil is heavy or clay-like, it's a good idea to amend it with some compost or other organic matter to improve drainage and fertility. You can direct sow your pea seeds into the ground about 4 to 6 weeks before the last expected frost in your area. Pea seeds are relatively large, so you can sow them a bit deeper than some other seeds, about 1 to 1½ inches deep. Peas are vining plants, which means they like to climb. Providing them with some type of support will help them grow tall and strong, and it will also make harvesting easier. You can use a trellis, stakes, or even a fence to support your pea plants. Cucumbers. They're cool, they're refreshing, and they're surprisingly easy to grow. These versatile veggies are a must-have in any summer garden. Just like zucchini, cucumbers are part of the cucurbit family, which means they love warm weather and plenty of sunshine. Give them a spot in your garden that gets at least 6 hours of direct sunlight each day. Cucumbers prefer well-drained soil that's rich in organic matter. If your soil is heavy or clay-like, it's a good idea to amend it with some compost or other organic matter to improve drainage and fertility. You can direct sow your cucumber seeds into the ground after the danger of frost has passed and the soil has warmed up. Cucumber plants are vining plants, which means they like to climb. Providing them with some type of support will help them grow tall and strong, and it will also make harvesting easier. You can use a trellis, stakes, or even a fence to support your cucumber plants. Last but not least, let's talk bell peppers. These colorful and flavorful veggies are a welcome addition to any garden, and they're surprisingly easy to grow, even if you're a beginner. Just like tomatoes, bell peppers are warm season crops, which means they thrive in warm weather and plenty of sunshine. Give them a spot in your garden that gets at least 6 hours of direct sunlight each day. Bell peppers prefer well-drained soil that's rich in organic matter. If your soil is heavy or clay-like, it's a good idea to amend it with some compost or other organic matter to improve drainage and fertility. Bell peppers are best started indoors from seed about 8 to 10 weeks before the last expected frost in your area. Once those little seedlings are nice and strong and the danger of frost has passed, it's time to transplant them into your garden. There you have it, folks. 10 easy vegetables that are perfect for beginner gardeners. Remember, successful gardening is about starting simple and learning as you grow. Which of these veggies will you plant first? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with fellow gardening enthusiasts, and subscribe for more tips and tricks. Happy gardening!